And I'm not angry anymore. This is part 2. I'm expecting Fiona to say something snappy and clever, but it doesn't come. Instead, she looks uneasy, nauseous. She's feeling sick, in other words. She moves away from him. Hey, what's your name? Barry, she answers, and turns away. Beautiful name for a beautiful girl. He smiles, happy to play along, but then lets her go. This was supposed to be fun, wasn't it? Why did we come here again? Someone gets on stage and starts talking about positive affirmation, positive thinking, and the destructive power of negative thoughts. It's all very general. Fiona is deep in thought, without even meaning to. I pick up on her inner monologue. He's right, though. Sometimes even Mum acts like we should be grateful to be here, and she spends all day looking after the sickest people in the country. Give me a break. That's what Fiona is thinking. I want to talk to her, say that I would never think that about anyone, but then I realized that the only person that would make feel better would be me. Rue puts his hand on my shoulder. I'm going to make some trouble for old Alice, he whispers. Me too, Lily grins. The woman on stage is still talking about negative thoughts, but then negative thoughts become interchangeable with negative actions, and negative actions become sin. People are taking photos and then immediately posting them on their Instagram. So I know she's important in some kind of context. In a world where you can be anything, be kind, she says. And I think if Jesus were alive today, that's just what he would say. The nauseousness look has started to clear from Fiona's face. If Jesus were alive today, she says, he would be a judge on Drag Race. I splutter with laughter. She goes on, doing the RuPaul voice. In the challenge, you performed miracles, but on the runaway, your daring supper, look at what's dead is last. Look, this is really weird. This book is weirdly written compared to the first one. But on the runway, you're daring. Super, and it's. I thought it was supper. Yeah, well, that is with double P, so it must be a mistake in the print. Look was dead last. I'm sorry, my dear. You are up for elimination. Someone turns around and shushes us, and Fiona makes a face. Lily has been over there a suspiciously long time, she says. And where is Rue gone? Probably to the toilet in every bathroom. Ha! He can find. We laugh, but then exchange a look. Where is Rue? I'll get Lily, she says. You find Rue. I nod and move towards the back of the room, where I see Aaron standing with one of the few people here who is older, more older than the rest of us. She's middle-aged with a short blonde feathery haircut. I immediately think of her as a lady rather than a woman. I don't know why. She has a gentle, old-fashioned kind of face, and her expression doesn't change the entire time she's speaking. A soft smile, a picnic smile. I cannot get out of the room without passing them, so I do my head high. Is that Maeve? The lady says, sounding a lot like Alice. Did on the way in? like she's speaking to a child. If Alice's tone was, "What are you dressed as?" then this woman is more, "Would you look how big Maeve has gotten?" I have no choice but to face her. "Do I know you?" She tilts her head towards Aaron, a square emerald in her ear. "Oh, darling, you are famous around here." I look at Aaron, waiting for him to acknowledge me. He looks as though he's waiting to be introduced. "Have you had anything to drink?" she asks. Her accent is not quite British, not quite American. She talks like people do in the old films. A voice that sounds like garden parties and French windows being flung open. A voice you can imagine saying, "You simply must." "Who are you?" "Isadora Manford," she says, stretching her hand out. "Everybody calls me Dorry." "Okay, Dorry, though." I do not take her hand. She looks at me, perplexed but polite, as if I come from a strange culture that does not believe in these kinds of niceties. "Well, Dorry, my friends and I were just leaving." Aaron steps forward at last. "I'm sorry," he says. "This is awkward, but I'm sure we've met. Your name is on the tip of my tongue." "It is Mary Beth." I am gobsmacked. I can't tell if this is an act or whether something has happened to his memories. Dory speaks again. "I have a tip for you, Maeve, and it will put you in a good stead. When you are speaking to someone, you really must look at the person you are addressing." Dory's smile remains consistent. She comes from a generation of women who were always told to smile. She probably does it without even realizing it now. I feel uncomfortable, like I have disappointed her hugely, even though I have never met this woman before in my life. "I don't even know you." My eyes flicker to Aaron again. Why doesn't he know who I am? "No, you don't," Dory sighs. "You burnt through your 3, didn't you? Was our boy so very unconvincing?" I feel queasy and conversation heavy and strange, like something in a dream. Dory waves a long slim hand in his direction. "Oh, don't worry, dear. He doesn't know it's you. He doesn't know what. A little glamour never hurt anyone." She smiles. Then she looks at me, taking in my whole body. "Something you should know," she says coolly. "What?" At the moment there is a blaze of light from the other side of the room, and the fire alarm goes off. A small flame erupts in front of Lily, and someone goes to smother it with their jacket. She takes a step back, puts her hands to her face, seemingly amazed. But what's happening? Then I see what she's really doing. She sinks back into the crowd, picks up another cup of water from the table, and spikes it like a volleyball across the room. A flash of white as her electricity surges through it, and then the rotten smell of burning, of the cup melting plastic. The curtains at the back of the room are starting to smother. There's a screech of panic, but no one seems to have realized that it's Lily who is causing this. Someone grabs the mic. "I see now. that it's the guy who was talking to Fiona. Okay, everyone, he says calmly. It looks like we are having a situation here. Can I speak? Ask you to evacuate the room, single file. There are emergency exits to the left of the door. The third cup Lily spikes, bursts into flames, then hits the chandelier. It crashes to the ground. Thankfully, everyone has already cleared the center of the ballroom. I raced towards her, completely forgetting Dory and the silent Aaron. What are you doing? I say, pulling her arm. Nothing. They wouldn't do. She answers, and that forest fire is alight in her eyes again. Look, she says, pointing at the spotlights at the back of the room. Look at the Maeve. Why? Come on, Lily. Let's get out of here before they shh. Focus on them. Hold my hand. I feel fingers tightening around mine like the vice. Oh, Lily, let go. Just focus. Come on. And I do it. I focus on the lights, but I focus on Lily too. I burrow into her sky blue energy and follow it to the spotlights. They begin to burst, one after the other. My eyes start to water as the hot pressure builds behind them, but as each bulb bursts, there is a feeling of release. The last few weeks of frustration and cheating and punishment and loneliness just swims away from me into the warm, electric air. Maeve! Lily, come on! Fiona yells from the door. We need to leave. We found her out. Our steps quick, but not so quick that we'll attract attention. There were so many people there. How many people would have really noticed us anyway, or even comprehended what we did? Rue is standing by the lift, pushing the button frantically. Come on, he says, voice full of mischief. We need to get to the car. As he's still jamming the button, we suddenly hear, there he is, followed by a stop. Alice and another child of Bridget are coming down the hallway, practically running towards us. You are disgusting, she spits. You are disgusting, and what you did only proves it. The doors open and we step in. Rue, what did you do? Tell you in a minute. You are perverse, Alice continues, still striding towards us. You are perverse, and you will never know what it is like to be part of a normal society. I look down and see that her shoes are wet, and that she is trailing watery footsteps along the hotel carpet. The ends of her hair, I realized, are wet too. He presses the button for the ground floor, and the last word we hear is Alice screaming, "Freak!" through the metal door. She means me, Rue says. She means all of us, I reply. She means me, Rue says again, in a voice so firm and strangely sad that I don't speak until we are safely out of the building. This is a real long chapter, so let me see. Perhaps I might have to stop again. No, not yet. We end up driving to an Eddie Rockets next to petrol station on the motorway. What did you do? He started to smile. I had a word with the pipes. The pipes? Rue bites into an onion ring. They are copper, old pipes. I could feel them in the walls when I walked in, sort of humming next to me, so I said very politely, I might add, when our friend Alice went to the loo, hey pipes, how about bursting out of the wall and drenching our new pal? My mouth fell open, so he has spoken or used his brain, this is sort of like telepathy, and talked to the pipes, and they magically answered by bursting. My mouth falls open. You did not. You can do that? I can do anything, comes the response within reason. And so what? You flooded all the toilets while old Alice was in there? Oh, that is too good. Did she know it was you? I don't know. I think she suspected. She saw me hanging around outside. We laugh and eat our burgers, but there's a strange taste in the air. Sharp and heavy, like storms. This is happening more and more with me. Maybe it's the telepathy. Maybe it is the sensitivity. But moods and atmospheres have started to take a color and smell. I watch Rue eat, and I start to fall into his mind. Freak, disgusting, perverse. Rue can't really still be bothered by that idiot woman, can he? What an absolute wagon, I say, poking at my chili fries. So, I'm going to do again, and I'll see you in part 3, my darlings. Take care.